What's good, everyone, and welcome back to the Water Boys channel. As today, we are going to give you a Kansas City Chiefs preview of the Pittsburgh Steelers coming into Kansas City. But without that being said, please do subscribe to the channel and like this video, as we will keep releasing content on every NFL game that we can. Every Kansas City Chief game I know I will be on, so you do not want to miss out on any of that. And without further ado, let's dive into this preview. So we got the 7-6-1 Pittsburgh Steelers coming into the 10-4 Kansas City Chiefs, and the main thing that's been going through the month of December, the holiday season, is this COVID bug. And I meant to mention this earlier in videos, but I came down with kind of a cold, so it was hard to record any videos. So I'll squeeze it into this video as well, because the Steelers as well are dealing with it as well. Keep your eyes tuned as well, because I did want to drop a Pro Bowl video of who got snubbed, who got in for the Kansas City Chiefs. So that will be out as well. I'm starting to feel a little better, getting my, attitude back. I was kind of slumped out of it. So I'm going to start pushing these videos. I know I was kind of MIA for a few days, but now we are back just in time for a preview. We're diving in right now, and let's talk about this COVID bug, because it's taken over, and it hit Kansas City strong this week. As we do know, last week they were missing Willie Gay, Chris Jones, and Josh Gordon. They will have them back this week, and we thought that was rough. And now I will put the list up, and we will see how it's going to be. There's people coming back, but they had 15 total. And I mean, heavy hitters. You have the likes of Travis KELCE, Tyreek Hill. Ward was on there as well, but he came back quick. That's this new rule as well, if you guys are not aware of. It was just passed a couple weeks ago, where you only need one negative test now. You don't need two, which makes it more likely for you to come back and play that week, which is helping KC a lot. They have Nick Bolton as well out there. Snead's coming back as well. That's great to see. I'm hoping he's feeling a little better. I know it's hard, definitely with the loss of your brother and all that. I know you can't be 100%, but he's got all his brothers in that locker room gathering him together. Hopefully that, takes some light off his shoulders and, makes him feel better. I know it's got to be a tough situation, but it's going to be good to see him on the football field playing again as well. The only key player we're going to be missing as well that was unvaccinated is actually two, I think. Is Harrison Butker, and then you got Tommy Townsend. I think they were both unvaccinated because they were declared out right when they got it. Tommy Townsend actually caught it yesterday. They elevated his brother, so hopefully his brother can, punt the hell out of balls the way Tommy is, because Tommy's been, really great this year. Way better than last year. You could see that second year he's learned a lot. Hopefully his brother has been taking some tips, because I don't know too much about Johnny. I just know they took a picture in Baltimore. I guess Baltimore cut him. He came to our practice squad, and now he's here. My big concern is, I don't know if it's too much of a concern or not, because I'm going to dive into it as well, of where this can actually be a really good game for KC, is Harrison Butker. They signed a kicker. He been with the Bears this year. His name's Elliott Fry. I don't know too much about this kid as well. I tried to look up some stats. He doesn't have really anything in the league. His long is 49 yards, but as well, I don't know the type of situations he's been put in. I know he's played for South Carolina as well. He was a so-so kicker, like 75%. So this is where I'm going to jump into as well, is KC will be going for it a lot, maybe, if they don't have belief in Fry, if he can make these kicks. And I might want to see that. And also what I might want to see too is things will change from this, as I'm recording it, Saturday into Sunday as well. I don't know if this is the last day someone has to be activated before they can play into Sunday. So we'll have to see how that goes as well. But excuse me, sorry, trying to still catch my breath. I'm very light-winded. The lights of Travis Kelce and Nick Bolton and Tyreek Hill, they still have not been activated yet. So we'll have to see how that goes in. And I know that concerns a lot of fans, but here's where I'm going to give you some optimism as well, and where this might really be the game where people are like, damn, we need to be worried about KC. Because I don't know. I still feel really, really comfortable about this game. And I could be punched right in the throat, right in the chest, and shut up right away, and the Steelers could change my mind and just throttle us. But there's something that tells me this is going to be a Patrick Mahomes game, whether Hill and KELCE are out there or not. I think this will show that, hey, Pringle, Hardman, Robinson, they might step up in this game. I think this could be a big Allaire game, where when I mean big, I mean maybe 15 touches and 15 rushes and maybe double-digit touches out of the back, out of receiving in the backfield. I think that could be that type of game as well. And I think Noah Gray can shine in. Let's not forget, we were hyping all these pieces in the preseason. If they click right now, I don't think the media has anything to talk about with KC now. They'll struggle. I mean, even after the LA game, it's like, oh, Mahomes struggled for 3 quarters. That's exactly what I told you guys in my reaction video would happen. And it's like, oh, KELCE finally shows up, but it's been all season. It's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, this is not the same KELCE we're used to seeing, but he eclipsed 1,000 yards again. What are we expecting? Still the most yards out of any tight end this year. Hill is playing like one of the best receivers that we're not talking about it. I mean, he's over 1,000 yards as well. It's like we're expecting so much from this team, but this might be the same team we're used to seeing in just different fashions, which is quite crazy. And if Mahomes can do it with the receiving core without Hill and KELCE, that's going to be something I think the media will be like, okay, we might have to be concerned about this team. This team might be officially back. Because let's not play. This team has depth that no other team has. I mean, let's just look at last week, for example. Losing a Willie Gay and Chris Jones, which also I'm going to mention, Chris Jones, that miss hurt a lot because you noticed it. Like, the Chargers ran up the gut. And if Chris Jones would be missing this game and Najee Harris, he might come back and look amazing. And it was a good thing Jones was there because he just clogs that middle. But Willie Gay, Nick Bolton stepped up, and I keep raving about Nick Bolton. He's going to be a big loss too if he can't come back because, man, Nick Bolton, every time his number is called, he is a baller, and I can't wait for next year when his number is called more on. I think, unfortunately, I think this is the last year for Hitchens, but that's just because of how well Nick Bolton is playing. He is ready to be that stud linebacker. Just in his rookie year, he has showed out when his number has been called, and it's been amazing as well. It's good we're getting Snead back because I don't know. We get Ward back, so that's good. But as well, Fenton, he's also got COVID. Like, the Chiefs were, like, hammered with it this week. He can pass in this next 24 hours for all I know. But to have those two cornerbacks back out there, I'd love to see all three of them. Is very great to see. So I'm hoping it all clicks together there. 1 second. There. Oh, man. There. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm still going through this kind of cold, but I'm going to push this video out. But, yeah. I think this will be the game. I don't know. Like, remember the last time? I'm not going to say it's going to be that. I hope it's that. But remember the last time the Steelers came to Arrowhead and Mahomes threw for 6 touchdowns? That was Mahomes' coming out party. And everyone was like, damn, this kid is special. And I'm hoping it's the same way as well because, man, I don't know why I feel it. But there's something that just tells me I kind of don't want Hill and KELCE to play. Because I just feel like this team is going to click. And like I said, I could be shut up right away, but this Steelers team is nothing too special for me as well. And you guys, if you have followed this channel, know I have never been a big fan of the Steelers this year. They play very terrible football. And I was watching them last week as well. Yes, they did what I needed them to do to beat Tennessee, but it was worse than watching the Chiefs game for me, honestly. I was concerned the whole game because for 3 quarters, they looked terrible. Defense, offense, I was like, I don't know how Tennessee lost the game, but they clicked in the 4th quarter, and that's the main thing I will say if I'm a Chiefs fan to be concerned about is Pittsburgh is a good 4th quarter team. That's how they win most of their games that they've won this year is they can struggle throughout the whole game, but if you keep them in the game, Big Ben, he finds something in that 4th quarter. That defense starts clicking because I've been raving about this defense at the beginning of the year when they beat like Buffalo week 1 and all that, and this was a very stout, good defense, and I still think they got that talent there, but they've been struggling as well, and they haven't looked like their old selves, and that's where Mahomes could take advantage of it because they can't stop the run for the life of them, and they've been struggling stopping the pass, and that's why I say maybe we don't need Hill and KELCE in this. If these receivers like Pringle, Robinson, and Hardman, and I know they've been struggling to do it all year, but if they can beat these DBs, the only one I'm too concerned about is Joe Hayden, and Mika Fitzpatrick, but I think Mahomes will know where that's at. He knew when Derwin James was out there, he knew where not to throw the ball, and then when Derwin James was out, KELCE had a field day, and he knew what to do with that, and I think Mahomes will be smart with Fitzpatrick. I think he'll test Hayden, but I don't think as much as Fitzpatrick, and I think this game will be very, very interesting as well, too. there's still huge implications in this game as well. Tennessee did what I didn't expect them to do and beating the Niners. Mostly the Niners let themselves down because the Niners should have easily won that game. But Garoppolo, he's going Jimmy G some shit. And that's what he did. And Tennessee right now has the hold on the #1 seed. So there's very big implications on this because if Kansas City wins, they get that #1 seed back as well. And that's huge. Home field advantage is going to be huge this year just because of everything COVID is doing. And if you're going to be missing players in the playoffs as well, you might want to be at home for that because you need your crowd behind you. This might be the year you need that 12th man like crazy. But also I'm going to try to get some optimism for Chiefs fans as well too is I'd rather these players go on COVID now because I'm not saying that's the rule or anything like that, but I've never seen a player, well, besides Lamar, but Lamar, they don't even call it COVID. He just got the flu, so I think he need to get himself checked. But as for that, I never seen a player get COVID twice in a season. So for the players like Jones, KELCE, Hill, Bolton, I'd rather you catch it now because we're going to need you in the playoff stretch. And last thing I want to see is the lights of you missing a divisional, a championship game, or even a Super Bowl because those are the biggest games we need you. Now, unfortunately, Mahomes hasn't hit those protocols yet, so I'm going to knock on this desk and not even real wood. Hopefully that works because I don't need Mahomes to catch it because if he catches it in the playoff time, ooh, that'd be huge. Even, this is how confident I am in this game. No joke, no BS. Chad Henne could start this game for us, and I think we will win. I really believe that. I think this game would be a perfect way to show our depth in this game. But let me know down below how you're feeling in this game. If you think the COVID is going to take over the Chiefs and they're going to struggle against the Steelers, or if the Chiefs are just going to win this outright. And with that, I'm going to close out this video. Let me know, like I said, if you think KC is going to handle this or if it's going to be a struggle match with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But with that, please do subscribe to the channel and like this video. And with that, I am taking out.